4 years after the Yom Kippur War, tensions remained high between Egypt and Israel. President Carter invited Prime Minister Begin to discuss the situation at their first in-person meeting on July 19, 1977. Prime Minister Begin requested a meeting with the Rebe before he would meet with Carter. Yehuda Avner served as an advisor and speechwriter to 5 Israeli prime ministers. Yechiel Kadishai was Prime Minister Menajem Begin's lifetime personal secretary. Shlomo Nakdimon, a political correspondent for Yediot Achronot, covered Begin's trip to the U.S.
ואני זוכר היטב את הכניסה של מנחם בגין לחצר, ואחר כך כבר סיפרו את הסיפור הזה, איך ניסה כל אחד שהשני יקדים אותו, ואני כבר לא זוכר בדיוק מי ניצח בפעמיים או 3 פעמים של כניסה, וכל אחד רצה שהשני יקדים אותו, נתן לו את הכבוד.
I have come tonight to our great master and teacher, the Rabbi, to ask and get from him his blessings before I go to Washington to meet President Carter for the important talks we are going to hold on the future of the Middle East. The people in Israel do pray for the success of those very important meetings. I do not call them fateful meetings because the people of Israel, the Jewish people, are an eternal people, and their lot and future are not dependent on a political meeting with the leader of the free world. However, such a meeting has great importance for our future, and therefore I have asked for the blessings of the Rabbi, of our great teacher. Rabbi Schneerson is a great man in Israel. All of us respect him. All of us accept his judgment. He is a great lover of the house of Israel. He has shown his deep sentiment and love for our children. His blessings are very important to me. I do hope they will strengthen me on that very important mission I am going to fulfill during the meetings with President Carter, the President of the United States.
Would the Rabbi care to say something?
I only add a few words to recapitulate my blessings for the great success of this very important mission of the Premier Minister, and also to underline that I accept this honor of his visit, certainly not on my personal account, and on account of the movement of Lubavitch, who was dedicated for centuries to permeate the Jewish people everywhere with a firm faith in God Almighty and firm faith that in their faith that they'll have all their wishes for good fulfilled, and in holding on to our tradition of Torah and mitzvahs, to go from strength to strength in spreading kindness and goodness around us, and that will be also a good vessel to accept the blessings of God Almighty in all their needs in the diaspora and in the Holy Land, and to have a real peace as a preparation for the coming of Messiah speedily in our time. And a special thanks to the Prime Minister and also through him to the Jews in Eretz Yisrael and our Holy Land in general.
After extending greetings to members of Begin's delegation and journalists, Begin and the Rebe were left to speak alone.
המעניין הוא מה היה בשיחה שלהם שנמשכה שעה וחצי ואין על זה תיעוד. מה שאנחנו ראינו העיתונאים מבחוץ דרך החלון והצללים של האורות, את הרבי עם המגבעת המפורסמת שלו ואת מנחם בגין עם כיפתו הגדולה, והראשים התנועו ככה והתנועו ככה. אף אחד לא ניסה לקרוא את השפתיים. לא נכתב שום דבר מבחינת תיעוד, הם היו בארבע עיניים.
כל אחד מהעיתונאים רצה לדעת על מה דיברו. אז אני זוכר שבגין אמר, מה שדיברנו ביחידות, דיברנו ביחידות. כן, ליחידות. ולא גילה דברים שדברו בהם בפנים. ועד היום אני לא יודע מה בדיוק דיברו.
Whatever I say to the rabbi and he says to me is between us. There is an old custom between us for many, many years. It's not my first meeting with Rabbi Schneerson. We met many, many times when I still served my people in opposition, but the more so when I am Prime Minister. Every conversation with the Rabbi is completely confidential, so he will not ask me on television and on radio intimately to tell you what we talked about.
At Begin's request, Yehuda Avner returned to New York a few days later to report on the talks with President Carter.
I was ushered straight into the Rebbe, and I gave him a report of the meeting. I'm not permitted on camera to go into details because there's still segments of that meeting that are classified. I must have spoken for half an hour. I had notes, non-stop. And then the Rebbe began to comment. He asked me to take down verbatim a message to Menachem Begin, and I would like to read what his actual words were. Please tell Prime Minister Begin your words to President Carter, the firm stand that you took on Eretz Yisrael. By adopting that posture, you have given strength to the whole of the Jewish people. Your task is to continue to safeguard the integrity of Eretz Yisrael. Be forthright, be bold, be without pretense, be without apology, be strong and of good courage. I know it is a difficult thing to do, but I have to tell you that you must do your best because this is your mission as Prime Minister of Israel. More than that, I cannot ask. And then, and this I can say, he began to talk to me about the Sixth Fleet in the Mediterranean. In detail. And about how it would be of strategic advantage to Israel if we could persuade Washington to establish a supply base for the Sixth Fleet in Haifa. His sources were numerous and extraordinary. And the depth of his grasp of our geopolitical strategic situation. So with this impact, when I came out, there was Rav Corona. I said to him, that man should be the Prime Minister of Israel. I'm going to suggest to Prime Minister Begin he set up a hotline with the Rebbe. But I flew back to Yerushalayim with hard information and with concrete proposals that had a direct bearing on the aftermath of the Prime Minister talked with the President of the United States.